Hi, Jenny.
Hi, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, great.
I'm
How
so
are you
happy.
doing?
We're both so happy. I'm really, really good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I apologize in advance if we hear any ambulance outside because I live on a corner unit in New York and it's crazy busy here, so I apologize.
I was going to say also, now that I live in New York, you're a fellow New Yorker.
Yeah, you are a fellow New Yorker.
Yeah.
I've been a fellow New Yorker.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man, Jenny, we're so excited to have you. I don't know if you were tuned in earlier, but I was
Yeah.
saying I think you're coming from your kitchen and the
Yeah, I'm
talent,
here in my kitchen.
the talent that's in that kitchen between you and your wife,
Yes.
I'm jealous of.
I know.
And I might take you up when the lockdown's over and borrow her for some profiteroles and something else amazing that she's been making.
Maybe we
Yeah,
need to have maybe we need to have a group dinner. We all live in New York. We can have
Yeah, we do. I
a
mean,
get together.
we have a huge apartment. We have a huge dining table, so you guys are more than welcome to come anytime.
Amazing.
Well, Jenny, we're so excited for what you have to share with us today. We've all been talking right now, and our clients are home and, looking for ways to take care of their hair and, all over, like Sam mentioned it so eloquently in the live that he just does about, emotions are high. And at the end of the day, we just want to make our clients smile and make them feel beautiful. What is it that you have prepared for us today?
Do you want me to go right into it and show you what I got going on?
Yeah, let's get into it. And then at the end, I would love to talk to you a little bit about just you and the salon and where you're at right now with your client communications and what's going on. What are you doing to prepare for that? But let's, for now, get into the cooking session. I'm excited. I think your mute is on. There we go.
I think I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. Let me just put the sound up. Okay, I can hear you now. Everything good?
Yes.
Sherry, I can't see you for some reason.
I can see you, and we can see you on the. Is there a little circle with my picture in it?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, drag it to like a corner, and it should open.
And we'll all pop up.
Yeah.
Drag it to a corner.
Like, so are you horizontal with your phone?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, so there should be 4 squares. Yeah. Okay, so if you just move the circle into what could look like not on top of you or Alfredo, it should open up a square that I can.
It should be a little circle of Sherry space.
Trying to open it, but it won't let me open it. It's so weird. Oh, well, I can hear your voice.
Okay, I'm here for
Perfect.
you, and I can
That's fair
see
enough.
fine.
All right, can you guys see pretty much my little kitchen area right here?
Yep.
Yep, sure can.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with a color mask, okay? And the reason why I'm going to start with a color mask is because I've actually had a lot of friends and clients of mine reach out to me and be like, hey, look, I'm home right now. I can't really run to the drugstore. I can't really order anything online right now because I don't want any deliveries coming to the house. Is there any recipes at home that I could just do with what I have in the kitchen? Ironically enough, there is a lot of recipes you could do, and I've actually come up with 3 of them. So I'm going to give you some options because a lot of times there are ingredients that a lot of people don't have in their kitchen, but these are pretty much like main things that a lot of people have. So I feel like it's pretty easy for everyone to kind of make this, right?
Love it.
Right. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and have my
notes.
little dish here. And I already have everything kind of prepared on the side, just ready to go. And I'm actually gonna give you a little insight. So a lot of times people don't know this, but avocados are probably one of the best hair masks that you could use. It's the most hydrating. So if you're someone that has like very damaged hair, especially during this time, dealing with stress and things like that, like avocado is the way to go versus coconut oil. And the only reason why I say that, it's just because it's more nourishing than coconut oil when it comes to replenishing damaged hair, especially if you can't go get a haircut right now and you have like overprocessed hair and there's a lot of elements going on right now. This is your go-to right here. Not guacamole. Don't put guacamole on your head. please.
Tastes delicious, though.
Yeah, it's delicious, but for eating, not for your hair. You have to go with a normal avocado, okay? And then my other thing is also like fresh lemon, a fresh squeezed lemon versus just like buying like regular lemon juice. And the only reason why I say a fresh lemon is just because you want the citrus and you want the vitamin C that's in it versus like the concentrated version that's in already like a squeezed lemon juice. Okay? So let's go ahead with our color mask, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, so I have it already portioned out. So this is pretty much a portion for someone who has more or less like my kind of hair. I would say this is about like 2.5 tablespoons for anybody who wants to ask, because I have a feeling a lot of people will ask that. So we're going to go ahead and put that in there. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and put organic honey. Okay, and we're going to do 1 tablespoon.
So Jenny, I'm sorry, it's 2 tablespoons of what? What was
2.5 tablespoons of the coconut oil.
Ah, coconut oil. Okay.
Yeah, and then 1 tablespoon of organic raw honey. All right.
Yep.
And then we're going to go ahead and add some apple cider vinegar. Do you know what the benefits are for apple cider vinegar?
I actually do a shot of apple cider vinegar every morning for health reasons.
Yeah, but there's many benefits to it versus just, digesting it.
Yeah.
It's actually great for your hair in the sense that it replenishes your hair, brightens your hair. So it's great for someone right now who's having issues with dullness in their hair and they want to bring back that brightness in their hair. They want to bring back that shine. That's what apple cider vinegar is great for.
I love it.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and mix it. A lot of times what I would suggest is maybe put it in the microwave for like 20 seconds. And the only reason why I say that is because, as you can see, coconut oil can sometimes be a little difficult to break down. And if you don't have one of these mixers right here that I have, obviously I have one for many reasons, because A, I'm a colorist, and B, my wife is a chef, so she has like 50 of these. If you don't have that, you can use a fork, okay? And what you want to do is you just want to mix it up really good. And sometimes what I would suggest, because people are dealing with a lot of stress right now, is if you have any essential oils, you could add like 5 drops of eucalyptus or lavender oil to it, just because those kind of oils bring a lot of relaxation. They open up your airways. They definitely promote a lot of things that we're missing right now, which is stress is the #1 thing that a lot of people are dealing with. So we want to bring that salon experience fully for you at home. So the best way to do that is an essential oil.
Nice.
I love lavender. Lavender is my favorite.
Yeah, I love lavender too, but I mean, it just depends. Like, I think eucalyptus is really good for people that have issues with dry scalp or something like that, just because it's another good benefit to have, especially if you have allergies to tea tree oil, which I would suggest before you apply any of this stuff, maybe do like a little skin test just to make sure you're ever going to have an allergic reaction to it.
Jenny, just as a reminder, we're getting a question here. What's the measurements again? So it's 2.5 tablespoons of the
coconut oil.
Coconut oil.
1 tablespoon of honey.
1 tablespoon of honey.
How much apple cider vinegar?
You want to do 1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon. Great.
Yeah. And so it should look something like this. Can you see it?
Yep.
Nice and creamy.
Yeah. So what I would suggest is, because sometimes the apple cider vinegar does kind of like separate from the coconut oil. Like I said, again, pop it in the microwave for like 10, 15 seconds, and you'll see that it'll completely like formulate in a liquid form, and then it'll harden back up together, and it's more easier to apply. Best way to apply this is on damp hair. So I would suggest you actually like shampoo your hair before and then apply this. The time is actually 20 minutes that you leave this on. And I would suggest to do this once a week. You good?
Yeah, there's a question of, will the honey make the hair sticky, or is it
No, not at all,
enough?
actually, because actually the honey formulates with the coconut oil. Everything kind of just like blends in together. So it's not like elements that are separated together. You get what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because that's the issue that I feel like a lot of people will have, is they feel like all the elements are separated, but that's not the case, especially if you melt it down.
Got it.
Okay.
And then for the avocado, there's avocado in this as well, right?
You could add avocado. I just made it with coconut oil, but I would suggest if it's someone that like this is for someone more fine to normal hair. And if you're someone who has normal to thick hair, like very coarse hair, and you have a lot of damage from heat or processed color, or any of those elements that come into effect, then you want to do the avocado because the avocado has the most nourishment and it'll replenish your hair the best.
Would you do like a whole avocado or a half avocado if you were working
Half
with
avocado.
that hair? Half. Awesome.
Yeah, a half goes a long way, believe it or not.
And could you use agave instead of honey?
You could, but I feel like agave doesn't have the same benefits that honey would give you. Because honey gives you more of a replenishment into your hair. It kind of like builds that strength back in your hair, which I had no idea about. It's something that I learned about a few months ago, the benefits of honey. Like, I thought it was just something you put in your tea. You know? Like,
it's in here right
exactly.
now.
I had no idea. I started researching it more, especially because my wife works with a lot of ingredients. And I just read, with this time that I have at home, I'm trying to like utilize it in ways that it's not just about working on techniques with haircuts and color, but really just going outside the box and learning about what's in my kitchen and what are the elements that go behind it and what does it do in return for people at home that don't have what a lot of us have. A lot of us do have more products than normal. Let's be real. If I go into my bathroom right now, you'd be like, oh my God, do you have a whole salon? It's absurd. So for me, it's really just creating something for people that, it's easy. It's easy for them to have, and it's not something that is hard for anybody to make at home. And it's going to give them the same benefits that they would have at the salon.
Yeah. Okay. A few more questions. Sorry. First, people are loving it. Gordon Ramsay needs to watch out. There's a question about just going back on the honey and the agave. Is there something else that you could use in replace of honey, specifically for those who are maybe vegan and don't purchase honey?
I'm actually not familiar with any vegan products that are versus honey. Do you have any recommendations? I mean, I'll take any recommendations, really.
Yeah, I think I'd have to look into what the honey's doing and see how to handle that. Actually, what could be a replacement for food? A replacement of honey is agave.
What about olive oil? You add a little bit of olive oil and green tea because you still want to get those antioxidants,
nice.
Which is what exists in honey. Honey has antioxidant in it, and it also replenishes damaged hair. But then you could get that same effect with olive oil. So maybe doing a green tea and olive oil mixed together, that'll give you the same benefits.
Excellent. Very good. I thought coconut oil didn't absorb into the hair shaft.
No, it does actually, especially if you melt it down, and that's why I'm saying to apply this, the best way to do it is on damp hair, because if you do apply it on dry hair, it's just going to get clumpy and it's not going to evenly distribute. So you need that moisture in the hair to evenly distribute it, and you need the compound of heat to break it down and bring it together so it's easily to like massage into the scalp and to the hair.
Jenny, when you massage it into the scalp and apply, would you suggest combing it through before you process, or would you?
I could kind of show you. I have a mannequin header here if you want to see.
Yes.
And just to because I think there was some confusion at first. You were just showing, meaning at the beginning you were showing all of the different ingredients in your kitchen that can be used for hair. Yes, which included the avocado, which included the lemon, etc. But for this particular mask, you're saying if it's for hair probably more like mine, you would use coconut oil. Hair like yours, you would use the avocado, mixing that with honey and the apple cider vinegar. And then we're going to later get to where you use lemon. Is that right?
Actually, you could use a lemon in this too. It's a really good question. The reason why I would use lemon in this is actually to enhance my blonde. So a lot of times blondes, they have toners in their hair. You have to get it done every 6 to 8 weeks, right? That's literally my regimen. Exactly. So what I've been doing, I actually had a client text me yesterday and tell me like, my toner is completely faded. My blonde is kind of going dull. What do? I told her to do this. And instead of doing it for 20 minutes, I told her to do it for 45 minutes. And the reason why I added 45 minutes to it is because I really wanted the lemon to absorb into the hair and give it that brightness back. So I asked her to send me a picture, which I'll be able to post it later. And I'll actually do it on my hair too, so you guys could see it as well. And basically, it really just brightened it up. Like, it was almost like she did a full toner on her hair, and it was just lemon that she used. It's not the same effect as a toner. Let me just be clear about that. But it definitely is a nice mix right now, especially during this time where we don't have the access to give toners out and do toners and explain to clients how to do them at home. This is a great alternative right now.
Excellent. Can you post the different
Closes that cuticle up as well and brings that brightness in. So you have so many elements in just one mask that just bring back that brightness that is missing in color right now. Cool?
Yeah.
Ready for the next one?
I'm ready.
Yeah. All right, let me move this over real quick. My wife is going to kill me later, by the way.
Why?
Because I'm making a mess. This whole kitchen is like, I don't know if you could see it, but there's like a lot of recipes right here. There's a lot going on right now. All right, so now we're going to go to hair growth. And the reason why I decided to make a mask for hair growth is because I actually have a few friends right now that have messaged me and been like, I'm having a lot of issues with my hair falling out. And I think it has to do with stress. And it's happening to a lot of us. It's not just my clients, it's my friends. And people just don't know what to do. And realistically speaking, they can't afford, a lot of people are out of work right now, let's be real. A lot of people are laid off and they can't really afford to buy these like really expensive hair growth treatments and stuff like that. So they're looking for more of an organic, natural alternative, right? So I actually did a lot of research because I just wanted to see what I had in my kitchen and what was good and what wasn't good. And I came up with a really simple recipe, which I had no idea that this even came together, but it's actually cinnamon. Cinnamon actually like promotes hair growth. Did you know that?
I had no idea.
Yeah,
I'm
It makes me very excited.
Ordering some today.
Yeah. You definitely it needs to be cinnamon powder. Don't get, if you get the sticks, obviously you're just going to need something to like really grain it out. I don't know if anybody really wants to put that much work in. So just cinnamon powder. And basically what you want to use is half a tablespoon. Okay. And make sure that you measure it correctly. So, fun fact about cinnamon, which I guess if you really think about it, you know those lip plumping products?
Yeah.
It's cinnamon that's in there. Did you know that?
I did not.
I guess I did know
Did you?
that. Yeah.
But you don't think about it, right? You don't think about that there's the lip plumping products, it's cinnamon that's in it. And actually, when you think about what it does to your lips, it does the same thing to your scalp. It stimulates your scalp and makes it grow. So basically, all those follicles that you have going on in there, and those situations where you feel like it's just limp and you're losing hair and you really want to promote hair growth, cinnamon is your #1 ingredient that you want in there. So what you really want to add to it is either coconut oil or you could add avocado oil. Also depending on your scalp. So if you have a very dry scalp, you want more of the avocado oil. If you have more of a normal scalp, you want to use coconut oil. Okay?
Jenny, somebody's saying that they heard that coconut oil dries hair out. Is this not true? Now, I know earlier you said it, in fact, helps condition the hair. Can you just explain a little bit more on what you know about coconut oil?
I mean, for me personally, I've never had an issue with coconut oil. I think what it comes down to is you have to buy the organic virgin coconut oil. There are so many different forms of coconut oil. The best kind you need to get that won't dry your scalp out, you won't have any issues with your hair, is the cooking kind. So, I mean, I hate to put a brand out there, but just kind of like, I'll put my...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I have that.
Yeah, so you want the Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, places like that, they have those. I'm actually going to stick this in the microwave if you don't mind real quick.
Not at all.
I'm
for
upset.
everybody that is that's thinking about coconut oil. There's organic, of course, but then there's refined and unrefined, and you want to get the unrefined version.
You want the unrefined. That's the kind you want. So if you're going to buy any kind, especially if you don't want any dryness in your scalp, you don't want any issues like that, the kind you really want to get is the unrefined, because that's the most natural form of coconut oil. There's no processing to it, and actually the only way they process it is a cold process. So you're getting all the ingredients, you're getting all the natural things that you actually need from the coconut oil. Makes a lot of sense when you think about it.
Yeah.
It does.
So I melted it a little bit too much, but it kind of shows you like what it'll look like. I probably shouldn't apply this because I'll probably burn my hand, but.
How long would you suggest letting it cool before you apply if you were doing this at home?
Letting it cool, like there's a lot of things you could do. You could put it in the freezer for like 5 minutes and it'll kind of compress again. Or you could just let it sit out if that's better for you. It all depends like how you're feeling about it. You don't want it to solidify too much. You want it to still be a little bit more liquefied versus a solid. And the only reason why I say that is because you're actually applying this on your scalp. You're not applying this on the rest of the hair. So and you really need to massage it onto the scalp, because the more you massage it, you're stimulating the cinnamon to actually do what it's supposed to do.
Excellent. I'm sorry, Jenny, can you just repeat the ratios one more time for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So the coconut oil is actually like pretty much the same kind of ratio, which is 2.5 tablespoons. And then the cinnamon is half a tablespoon.
Okay. Thank you.
Because you could really see like half a tablespoon like goes a long way.
Yeah, wow.
Like you don't really need more than that. And like I said, the best way to apply this is actually on a dry scalp. You don't want to have it on a wet scalp. And the only reason why I say that is because you really want to like get in there and really like stimulate the scalp when it's like completely at its natural form, not stripped from its natural oils or anything like that.
Excellent.
And time that you leave it on for, because it's very important.
Yep.
It's 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay. After I cut my hair using Sam's techniques, then I can use this to just grow it back. See, Jen?
Oh my God, please don't do that.
Yeah, I'm already like confession. I'm going to definitely be mixing this and putting it on my own hair for sure.
Yeah,
I'm doing the second one.
You know, I feel like it actually will work. You know, I feel like there's so many great elements to cinnamon that people don't know about. You know, people think it's just like a cooking ingredient, and when you really look at the benefits behind it, and this dates back to like, you know, this goes back to European kind of thing. It really started out in Spain, from what I know, and it kind of just like derived from there, and that's how people started really getting into it more and more, and realizing like, oh, there's more benefits to cinnamon than just cooking with it. So it's a great alternative if you can't afford, you know, those hair growing pills right now.
And what would you use to shampoo afterwards?
Yeah, what would you shampoo it with after?
Actually, for me, I mean, I'm not just saying this because I work with Biolage, but I do use Biolage. I like to use the keratin dose, because the keratin dose, I feel, for me, promotes hair growth as well, and really does work in locking in moisture. And a lot of times you need to lock that moisture in, and it at the same time helps a lot with frizz and situations like that, and breakage, and kind of building the bonds back into the hair that you're missing.
Love it.
Nice.
All right, guys, you ready for my last hurrah?
Yes.
We are ready.
So my last one is actually for dry scalp, and it's a rub. So the reason why I did that was because I personally suffer from a dry scalp, and I've suffered for a very long time from it. It is what it is. I think it's from living in New York. My scalp just started going dry because of the heat and the weather. I'm from Miami originally, if you can't tell from the way I'm dressed. I'm literally just used to being at the beach, having that humidity. So I never had an issue with a dry scalp until I moved to New York. So I tried a lot of different products, didn't really see the results I wanted from it. And I've actually been using this for a couple of years now. So it's kind of nice to like spread it back to you guys because it actually works really well for me. So I hope you like it.
Me too. There's a question on the chat, Jenny, about mint. Will mint, because I think this is great. You know, there's those of us that, you know, maybe have longer hair. There's some people with shorter hair. There's somebody on here that has more of a clean head, if you will. And I think your cinnamon, just to stimulate the scalp, is also really good scalp care, if you will. And if they have some dry scalp like you're speaking about right now, then, sorry, I have a dog who's in the dry scalp. They're asking about mint. Will mint help the scalp?
So actually peppermint. So if you have peppermint essential oils, it's actually better than spearmint.
Ah.
Yeah.
And then their next question is that, well, they would like to stop their bald head from shining. They don't want to look like Kojak.
Kojak. I'm not very familiar with personally with bald heads in terms of like when it comes to like shine. But if you want something to take away shine, I would say probably use green tea because it has more of a, I hate to say it, but more of a drying effect. So that's why you have to mix it with something else. And the best way to apply a green tea would be also with coconut oil because it's not as oily as avocado oil and it won't give it that like sheen on a bald head. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But again, excellent. I'm not an expert with bald heads, so don't take this as a grain of salt. Try it. Let me know. Leave me a comment.
All right. Paranormal Vision. We are hoping that you're going to try the coconut oil with some green tea and let us know how that works out.
Yes.
For you.
I'm actually doing it right now.
Excellent.
Yeah. So what we want to do first is let's put the coconut oil in first. It's the same amount again, which is about 2.5 tablespoons. I'm going to melt it down a little bit just so I can add the sugar to it and the green tea, okay?
Great.
So this is the green tea right here. And at your discretion, I've already made it. It's actually, I have like different forms of green tea, but I really like the lemon. I don't know if you can see it.
I can.
Yeah, I like the lemon and green tea. And the reason why is because I like the antioxidants as well that come from the lemon. So you're getting like the double antioxidants in there from the green tea and also from the lemon. So we're just going to put, I mean, at your discretion, you could do like a shot. You could do like 2 shots. You could do 3 shots, whatever mood you're in, you know. Just going to melt it down a little bit. And we wait.
So I think the biggest challenge that your wife might have, Jenny, is that you've used all of her coconut oil.
Yeah, she's, look how much is left. Do you see?
Yeah, make sure she knows so she can reorder.
Yeah, let's just keep quiet right now because she can't really hear it.
We'll keep it just between friends right now.
Yeah, let's just keep it here in this room, like all together. Let's be discreet about it, you know. So I'm just mixing it in, just kind of breaking down a little bit the coconut oil. So this is more of a liquid form. So definitely like you want to do this on your hair when it's damp in the shower. I would definitely not recommend you do this in your kitchen because you will have a hot mess. So please do this in the shower. And then afterwards, when you're done with this, when you're breaking it down, sorry, I have dogs too, so they just barked. I apologize. You hear her?
Yeah.
We love dogs here.
Yeah.
So
Sherry has a dog.
You want to do raw brown sugar, okay?
Okay.
Because the grains are a little bit softer, it's not going to be so harsh. Sometimes there's so many different forms of brown sugar. There's more like the chunkier, rockier ones. And for me, the brown sugar is the best just because the grains are a little smaller and you're still going to get that gentle scrub that you need on your scalp. Mm. So you want to do like about, I would say like 1.5 tablespoons, okay?
Okay.
And the best way to do this is you let it sit and you let it harden back up. Because when it's liquefied how it is right now, it's not going to do anything. You're not going to get the scrub that you need from it. You need it more to be a more of a solid, because you want it to kind of come out like a paste. So when it comes out as a paste, obviously you're going to get the benefits that you need from scrub, right? If it's liquefied, it's just going to run all over the place.
Right.
So once it goes, I would say like liquefied, let it sit out for at least like an hour. So definitely make this before you go into the shower and you're going to go do whatever you want. And as soon as it's already liquefied and you're ready to apply it, wash your hair first. Make sure your hair is clean, because you really need to just strip that oil out of your hair to make sure you're getting all that excess like dryness out of your scalp, okay? Then afterwards, you apply this on your scalp, and you want to make sure to really massage it, because that's the whole point of a scrub.
Yep.
Love it.
And so time-wise, I would say leave this on for like 15 to 20 minutes. Just depends how dry your scalp is. If it's really oily.
How often would you suggest for a client to do this that's maybe suffering from dry scalp? How often would you suggest that they do this in the shower?
I think it just depends how bad it is.
Mm-hmm.
There's different levels. I definitely have some guys that their scalp is, I could do this like twice in a week, and it still like has a little bit of dryness left to it. So it really is at your discretion. I would say, realistically speaking, like if you have very, very oily, dry scalp, do this like 3 times a week. Make sure you can make it like in a mason jar, like make it like a large amount of it. And then you just have it, you could scoop it up, kind of like how it is with the coconut oil. You could just reuse a bottle like this, put it back in there, let it solidify, and then you just kind of scrape it out and scrub your scalp with it. So it really just depends, honestly. Like for me, I do it twice a week. That's just because I like to wash my hair twice a week, but that's just me. So again, it just depends. And also another great benefit to add to it, which only use this after you do a skin test on it, because some people are allergic to it. You add 5 drops of tea tree oil to it. You know the benefits to tea tree oil, right?
Tell us.
Tell us.
So many.
Yeah.
So many. So it actually moisturizes your scalp, and there is a benefit to it, because there is an element to it that takes away the fungus that exists on your scalp. So it cleans it. It's like a clean slate. It's literally like a clean slate. So it's probably one of the best elements to add to this, like your finisher, just because it's really going to make the whole process work. And especially for someone who has like really, really dry scalp and they have a lot of flakes, you want to do this twice a week, and it's going to be like your head's going to be a completely different thing. No more dryness, no more flakiness. You can wear black clothes again, not feel weird about it.
So I don't know about everybody else. I know Sherry's obsessed. I'm obsessed. And definitely if you could like tomorrow or whenever you can put all of these up on your social for everybody, because I'm sure everybody's going to want like a recap so that we can all start like utilize. I know I'm going to utilize some of these, and I can already tell Sherry's like looking at the kitchen side eye right now, like seeing if she's got some cinnamon over there. Do you have cinnamon in your kitchen right now, Sherry?
Oh, absolutely. There isn't anything that she has listed that I do not have.
I know. I think I have it all too.
Our friend Paranormal Vision, he can't get green tea right now, but he'd like your hat, Jenny, because that will solve his bald head problems temporarily. And he's going to, tomorrow he's going to do English tea with white sugar. It's the best he can do. Improvisation. I like it.
Yeah, you got to improvise, and definitely, like I would say, try to solidify it with the avocado. You can do it with avocado. You definitely need a solid to it. The one thing I recommend, regardless of any of these treatments that you do, which I'll be posting everything, full ingredients, time, if you wash your hair before, if you don't wash your hair, if it's supposed to be dry, and also like the measurements of everything of how much you're supposed to use. And for this, all the elements that I've used, you basically need your base. So for me, the base is either coconut oil or avocado. So you always need a base, because if you don't have a base, then you're just using a liquid with a solid, and then it just goes away, you know?
Exactly. And Paul is going to, I'm not sure. He says wine with my hair treatment. I'm not sure if he means he's going to use wine on his hair treatment or if he's going to drink wine.
5 o'clock wine already.
Understood and totally acceptable.
Yes.
Paranormal Vision. I love all his interaction. Only has bananas. Will bananas work as the base?
Actually, yeah, bananas do work.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bananas
do work. Bananas have a vitamin to it that actually works just as well as an avocado or coconut oil.
Fantastic. Jenny, thank you so much for these amazing, innovative recipes on ways we can keep our scalp and our hair healthy during this lockdown time period. We look forward to going to your page in order to get all of those ingredients, as well as see you do some of this stuff on your own. And I'm looking forward to the cinnamon after I cut my hair. Sam VOA. No, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but that's at Jenny Rey Hair. Everyone, please go check her out and make sure that you're following her. She's got some amazing inspiration as it relates to how to take care of yourself and make yourself just feel like you're in your own little spa, right in your own world. Jenny, thank you so much. We love you.
Thank you, Jenny. We love you. That was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing all that with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kisses.